Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and Salam Malaysia Madani. As a speaker and as a citizen, I feel compelled by my conscience to speak to you about my topic today, which is freedom of speech. Specifically, we will be asking three questions. First of all, how far is too far? Second, should the speaker face consequences for their speech? And last but not least, how does freedom of speech align with our Malaysian value? To answer this question, we will start with a story, the trial of Socrates. Socrates is a famous philosopher of ancient Greece. He taught his students to question everything, to seek for truth and knowledge. However, one day, he was brought upon a jury of 500 citizens and was accused for corrupting the young people and also not believing in the gods of the city. He had two choices: to defend for himself or to face death. Socrates did not try to persuade with lie or flattery. Instead, he debated fiercely to show rhetorical questions to expose contradiction. Throughout his speech, what do we see? We see a high level of confidence, of honesty, of wisdom. Freedom of speech has evolved over time. In ancient Greece, free speech was valued as a democratic principle. In the medieval Europe, free speech is limited by the church. They are controlled by the church and the authority. Whoever that dares to challenge, to question the religion or to question the state will face death or torture. In the 17th and 18th century, figures like John Locke, Voltaire, they speak out about it. They say that they argue that people should be expressing their opinions freely without the fear of punishment, as long as it doesn't hurt the others. However, it is hard to define whether your speech is either hateful, offensive, or harmful. And this is one of the fundamental questions, one of the fundamental reasons that we want to ask the first question of the day. How far is too far? When answering questions like this, usually there are two voices in the debate. Some will say, freedom with boundaries are not true. While others will say that, no, free speech is not an absolute right, but rather a conditional one and a relative one. No matter which you agree, you have to understand that free speech, fundamentally, it is a basic human right that each and every one of us deserve. However, if one day you weaponize your autonomy, if one day your speech hurts someone else, are you violating the dignity and the right of others? See, that's the problem. And in response to that, we understand that the answer of whether how far is too far ultimately depends down to the context and situation. But there are a few guidelines that you can follow. For example, free speech should be based on facts and evidence, not lie or rumors. Free speech should serve a legitimate public interest or common good. Free speech should not encourage violence. Instead, it should be genuinely taking care of the people's dignity or the people's rights. So, with these fundamental guidelines laid upon our discussion today, what do we see? We understand that yes, there are certain boundaries for respectful free speech. However, the consequences for speaker for speech. That will be our second question. You might think that Well, this is a very simple question. If there are boundaries, of course, there should be consequences, isn't it? However, think about it. If today we give punishment, will there still be true compassion? Silencing certain speech can be very dangerous and bring a lot of dangerous implications. In practice, journalists and activists of some countries have been limited by rules, regulations, laws, etc. And what does this show us? This is a very dangerous situation because this stops them from the advancement of knowledge and to say truth. In our country, topics like race, religion, royalty, politics are treated as sensitive, but with a very good reason. Our society is not prepared for the public to be exposed with offensive speeches. We are not prepared for the consequences. If we are exposed with these hateful speeches, we have no idea what will happen. So, in response to this, we have to ask ourselves, if freedom of speech is really so important, how does this align with our Malaysian values? Malaysia is a country. We are a multiracial, multilingual, and multicultural country, and we are proud of that. While there are certain beliefs or practices that are exclusive to certain race or ethnic, there are some common values that we all believe in. For example, Bunegara, that is a value that we all believe in. We believe in politeness as a means to achieve unity and harmony. We believe in patriotism as a way to express loyalty to our country. We believe in truthfulness because we don't want lie or hoax. These are the values we believe in. Yes, we believe. We believe these values so dearly to our heart that we are willing to fight for it and also practice it. Because what is right to do is not always what's easy to do. And that's the point that I want everyone to remember. So, we discussed a lot today. We start with the story of Socrates. And we ask the three questions. How far is too far? Should there be consequences for the speaker for the speech? And lastly, how does freedom of speech align with the Malaysian value? So, before I end my speech today, I would like to share with you what happened to Socrates after the trial. Socrates was sentenced to death because the jury was not convinced. He was forced to drag the handle, but he didn't run away, he didn't plead for mercy. Instead, he dragged it calmly in front of his friends and greeted them like an old friend. His death became a symbol of free speech and intellectual freedom. It is also a reminder that free speech, freedom of speech, is a precious gift that each and every one of us should not be taken under for. However, to use it well, it requires not just courage, it requires also wisdom. That's all from me today. My name is Shinyan and I thank you for attention.